today's lesson is going to be about the while loop. I will be releasing 2 videos this week. Inclusive in this video will be the while loop and the do while loop, and after that I'll be releasing a video on the for loop, just so this week we can get loops out of the way. So without further ado, let's go into Eclipse. Now we're going to start using Eclipse now, because Eclipse can handle this sort of stuff. Because when it comes to loops, if you get anything wrong, it can crash your computer, because if you're running a loop of 100 in a, sometimes you can make a small little mistake, it'll end up crashing your system, because it'll run that loop 100 times until the condition is fulfilled 100 times. So all sorts of silliness can happen with the loops, so it's better to use a heavy duty system that can handle it. So let's start with while loops. So let's bring in the main method. You can do all the tips and tricks here, like this one, instead of writing the whole thing out. So let's start with int I equals 5 while I is lower than 50, then I plus plus, and we want to sys out I. So what response do you think that's going to give us? Was your response correct? So we miss out 5 because we've already started looping before we get system.out.println. So it goes all the way to 50, because until it would hit 49 and then say, okay, I'm not equal to 50 yet. No, it hit 49 and then it go across anyway because of this plus part. Now let's move on to showing you how we can just get the end result. So rather than putting that there, we'll put it here, and then we just get 50. So now let's put this into a more of a practical example. So public int get comparison. Very generic name, but with methods it doesn't really matter as long as you know what they do. So let's put our int value in here and return value. So while value is lower than 50, then what are we going to do? We're going to make value plus plus. Now the same thing applies here, so let's quickly, actually I'll do it in the way that I don't normally do things, but I would normally do new while, but a lot of people don't use it that way, so we'll just do it the long way. So while we'll call this w1 equals new while, and then sys out while, sorry, w1 dot get comparison. Now what number should we put into here? Let's just put 40, and let's see what happens. So we get 50 because it's telling us the value after the loop's done. Now if we do sys out here, we get 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 onwards to 50, and then 50 again, because it's returning the value as well as the value after it hits 50. Now what this basically is an entry statement for a loop. So it's basically saying until this condition is fulfilled, we want to continue doing whatever's in here. So it's basically a decision making algorithm. Algorithm is actually a big word to use for this. So it's basically a decision making statement. You can put this anyway and it'll work. So that's a simple example of how to use a while loop. Now let's move on to do while loop. So main, let's do int I equals 5. Now do I plus plus while I is lower than 15. Very simple example. Let's start off with this. So what do you guys think is going to happen here? What's going to happen here is that I is going to continuously loop and loop and loop and go forward until it meets a statement. This is called an exit statement, which basically means that the only way to get rid of this is by fulfilling the statement. So let's test out here. This is out I, and what do we get? We get all the numbers there, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, onwards to 15. Whereas if you put this out here, I believe we'll just get 15. There we go. Now let me put this once again into a practical statement, just to show you guys how you'd use this. So public int do while. Return value because we want the same number back. So do, what should we do to it? So I plus equals 2, which basically means I equals I plus 2. Sorry, value while value is lower than 50. That's okay, right? Now let's run that. Do while tw1 equals new do while sys out tw1 dot do while. What number should we put in here? So we'll put in 10. What do you guys think is gonna come out here? 50, because we're just returning the value here. Now let's do sys out here value, and now we have all the two times table from 12 all the way to 50, because it's obviously going to miss out the first one. Whereas if I put this value plus equals to 2 over here, then it'll firstly take into account our 10 to get to 50. So that's the do while loop. So that's the while loop and the do while loop done. If you guys have any questions, or if you just want me to go into more complex examples, please let me know. But this video will be out tomorrow hopefully, or today, and shortly after will be the full loop video. If you guys have any comments, let me know. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.